Hey, who told you this is a snooze fest? Hello, welcome to the video. Today what we're gonna be talking about is not mindset. I'm not gonna tell you need to be persistent and consistent because those are the biggest mistakes that most marketers make, or that you need a custom website URL. I mean, these are things people know, but if you are that type of person that was looking for that mindset type of stuff in this particular video, I have done the due diligence of putting together a 5-second mini montage of other fellow YouTube content creators who are speaking this impressive stuff. Just take a look at it.
Number one mistake that people make when starting Shopify is never getting started.
The reason most people fail at any is because they expect it to be easy. The biggest actual mistake that you can make is personally actually not being patient.
And wow, oh my gosh, such amazing knowledge, common sense, but totally some people do like that. And that's just me poking fun. I love those guys. But anyway, what I wanted to do in this video is I actually wanted to break down things into perspective in actionable steps.
Maybe this would just be the intro like this. That's it.
The biggest problem I see a lot of you guys doing is you're operating your marketing from an emotional standpoint rather than an actual marketing perspective of how can I convince and persuade these people in the marketplace to buy what I have because it makes sense to them, because I'm offering it in a way where it takes away their pain, it solves their problem. You operate in an emotional state, you will never make sales. You'll always struggle, and typically these are the people who are trying to make their website look all pretty and fancy, or they're emotionally attached to their product benefits. And I hate to be the balloon popper at the party, but guys, nobody gives a shit about your product benefits. They don't care that your JamSport ripoff bootleg backpack has 5 extra pouches than the actual JamSport backpack brand. And to solidify this so you don't make the mistake as a marketer thinking that people care and want to be your best friend and be buddy-buddy with you, when was the last time you enjoyed a radio advertisement or a TV commercial? You probably didn't, and you probably never will. That is why traditional marketing and advertising is going down the drain, but us as marketers have been infiltrating social media, but that emotional state is acting in a way like, how can I benefit myself rather than what can I do to benefit the marketplace? All right, so now moving on from emotion, the next mistake is being different. And this is actually relatively simple, but a lot of people think they have to come up with this new wavy technology or completely reinvent their business to actually be different, and that's not the case. To show you how simple it can be to be different, and this is what's going to determine whether you make sales or you don't make sales, I want to throw up on the screen Instagram here for a second. So I searched up the hashtag just cookies, and I was able to come across these 2 influencers. So as you'll see over on this side of the screen, there's an influencer here. Her name is Andy K Cookies. She's got 24,000 followers. But over on the other side, I'll share another influencer. She's got a little bit more followers. She's got over 250,000 followers. Okay. And I want you guys to look at both of their content. I'll scroll through them. All right. They look very similar, right? The content looks very, very similar. Which person is making sales? Well, obviously it is Haley Cake and Cookies, because you go to her website and right away you can buy stuff. On the other person's website over here, Andy K, all right, it's weird how they both have K's in it, but she has nothing. I have no like buy now button. It's not monetized. Her site is not monetized to make sales. Maybe a couple of you will actually be able to relate. Have you ever gotten the right traffic to the right website, but you've made no sales? And meanwhile, there are other marketers out there who have uglier looking websites, okay, who didn't have to hire website designers, and they have worse sales pages and checkout pages than you, and they're making sales, and they're doing the exact same thing. They're getting the right traffic to their right website, but they're making money. Have you ever asked yourself that question if you've fallen into that category, which I'm assuming most of you guys have fallen into that category? Well, the reason for it is because most marketers, they make the mistake of not understanding what the 3-step process is. So what is this 3-step process? Well, first you have people over here in your cold market, okay? Then in the middle, yes, you got it. I can hear you. You have your warm market. And then over here, you have your hot market. Now, let's just go with health and fitness, the generic example I use in all my videos and everyone else uses as well, because why not? I'm going to make it make sense to you. And you can use this for any business that you're running right now, whatever niche it is. Just think of your niche. Okay, so people in your cold market, what would be the definition of this person? This would be somebody who has no interest at all in working out and being fit, any of that, all right? They have no interest. So Our job as a marketer, if we are in that business, that is our market, would be to convince this person not to buy our product, not to pitch them our product, to get, the body they want, because they're not even interested in the body, okay? So our job would be to convince them that they need to get shredded, that they should get shredded, that they should be sexier because it'll help them get more sex or attract the opposite or same sex. I don't know, whatever way you swing, I'm not judging, all right? We have to create a desire. We have to create the demand. Whereas with your warm market, it's a little bit different because now you have people who are actually semi-what interested. That's the key. Semi-what interested in what it is you have to offer. If we're offering a fitness program that is a virtual training course or, a dumbbell, all right, that is a physical product. Or if we have a gym that we're trying to open up locally, well, who's our warm market going to be on the internet we would market to? It's going to be people who are into cooking, healthy lifestyle. My job as a gym owner would be to convince this warm market here that what they're doing is not the best way to get the results that they're trying to get, that coming to my gym will actually help them get the results a lot faster that they're looking to achieve, and or it will add additional value to help them get to the results a lot sooner. So maybe at my gym, again, I'm offering yoga instructors for free. I have a yoga class that's for free, and they have workout equipment there to get a better physical body so I can bring in those people. And again, it's going to be easier to persuade and convince these people because they're in that more broad general marketplace that we're also in, okay? Most marketers are so focused on trying to get everyone over to hot, and it's so hard to do that they kind of block out the cold and the warm market because they're trying to be, best friends and buddy with everyone in order to sell them their products and services because they think that that's how you persuade and convince people to pull out their credit card because the only customers they've ever had is friends and family and relatives, and that is not how you build a business and how you market. And another good example of this, guys, is if we load up the YouTube on the screen here, okay, we'll be able to see this person right here. His name is Athlean X. You may have heard of him before. He's been doing YouTube for a very long time. He does a really good job of breaking down how to work out properly and effectively in a scientific way. And he makes it make sense to you, not in a complex way. And that is how he's been able to achieve such a huge following and build up a brand on YouTube, okay? Now, what's cool about him, where we're going to get into kind of the warm market and the cold market and how this makes up 90% of his business and his following, is if we go to Social Blade, we'll be able to see his stats and analytics for the last 30 days, the last month. Okay, and if we look at his views for the last month, he's gotten over 25 million views. And he's only gotten out of those over 25 million people, 177,000 plus to subscribe to his YouTube channel. And if you look at his YouTube channel following, again, it's only 4.6 million people that follow him. So this is important because what I'm getting at here is 27 million people have watched his videos. He's gotten 27 million views plus in the last 30 days, but he doesn't have 27 million subscribers on YouTube, which means 90% or so of his audience is coming from his cold and his warm market. And that's what's building the majority of his business, most of his revenue. That is the power of really understanding where you're going to make the most amount of money in the marketplace when it comes to your hot market, your warm market, and your cold market, and what you really need to focus on. And it's easy to get people from your cold market, all right, into your warm market, and also just focus on that warm market already that's out there, okay? That's where it's all gonna come together. Now, you might be wondering, well, Brando, I can't even get traffic. I don't have a personal brand online. I can't do what this guy's doing. Here's the thing. If you struggle with getting traffic, just quickly talking about traffic here for a second, because again, that's a mistake that a lot of marketers make is they suck at getting traffic to get leads, to make sales. So you have two options. If you don't have a budget, you don't have that much money, here's my tip. I've shared it before in other videos. I've talked about it. If you've been following me, build a personal brand, okay? Build a personal brand. You could potentially get 30 million viewers in the next 30 days if you do it. You dedicate your life to it. And the reason why I encourage you to do so is if you do it on YouTube, which is what I would recommend, what will happen is with the least amount of persuasion and convincing, you'll be able to sell a ton of products. If you're somebody who doesn't want to do that, because the caveat of it, it will take a lot of time. Go to Instagram, run an Instagram influencer shout out. How do you do this? Well, what are the products you're trying to sell? You're trying to sell cat necklaces? Go to Instagram, look at cat influencer pages with big followings. Anything over 50,000 followers on Instagram, as long as they have a real authentic following, which how do you know this? Go to Social Blade, take that Instagram influencer's URL, paste it in Social Blade. If you see an influx of following and unfollowing, it's a fake account. They're following and unfollowing people back. You want somebody who has an organic following, and how do you see that? Well, you see organic growth and consistent growth over a long period of time, over 90 days, over 30 days. And then what you want to do is do a story shout out for like $50 or $30. That'll send that influencer's following a whole bunch of traffic to your website. Could be a couple thousand visitors. And what you want to make sure before the traffic gets to your website is you have a Facebook tracking pixel on your website. If you're sending them to a product checkout page, a capture page, either or is perfectly fine. Because what will happen is Facebook will track every single one of those website visitors. It'll give you that data so you can go out there on Facebook and on Instagram, because keep in mind, Facebook owns Instagram, and you'll be able to remarket to these people on Instagram and on Facebook through these different advertising networks, which is good because it eliminates you having to be a Facebook or Instagram advertising expert. And this is how the big marketers, the big dogs, they do it, because it costs pennies on the dollar to remarket to people. Where you're going to be spending $5,000 and not see a return from your Facebook or your Instagram advertising is when you're trying to go out there and you're trying to figure out who specifically you should market to. That's where a lot of people lose a lot of money with Facebook ads, is because they don't have data to remarket to people back on. Good example of this is Tai Lopez. Okay, Tai Lopez, he remarkets to his following that he's built up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. How did he build up this following but when he had no following? He used other people's influence first. He got that data from tracking pixels. He remarkets to them. That's why you always see this guy's ads all over the time. Then you get persuaded and convinced after finally seeing his ad for the 50th time to click on it and listen what the man has to say. And then you realize he's talking about 2 pizzas, how people bought 2 pizzas with a Bitcoin. And you're like, oh my God.
In fact, it's about these 2 pizzas right here, or 2 pizzas like this, and a lot of cash.
This guy again, I'm going to buy his freaking course. And that's what happens. Okay. That's how you convince and persuade people to pull out their credit card. You have to remarket. That's if you have a budget. Okay. Big mistake. Again, a lot of marketers, they do not remarket. So now moving on to the next one really quickly. This is something that not a lot of people talk about, but it is a huge mistake, okay? And that is transparency and consistent congruent messaging throughout your sales funnel. And obviously congruent messaging just means from the ad people click on or the YouTube video you mentioned a product in, where it's going to teach them on, as an example, because I'm in online business, let's say it's how to make $10,000 a month. Use this for anything that you're trying to sell out there. So if I'm talking about how to make $10,000 a month and there's a program that's going to teach that, I want to make sure on the capture page that I send people to collect their name and email, it talks about $10,000 a month and how they're going to make it, all right? And then after that, the sales video talks about making $10,000 a month. If you're selling a physical product, be transparent on how long it's going to take for shipping and handling, when it can be expected to arrive at their door, or on what exactly the digital product you're offering entails. What it will do is it'll allow you to diminish the amount of chargebacks and refunds that happen on your merchant account, whether you use Stripe or PayPal or a third-party service, because if you get a lot of chargebacks and refunds, guess what? Merchants don't like that, and they will shut down your account, which means, guess what? Your business is out of business. And a lot of people are just not as transparent. At the end of the day, using the example again, they don't want to buy a dumbbell set, and then next thing you know, it's a dumbbell online training course that's teaching them how to use dumbbells, when they were pretty much told throughout your sales process that they're going to get those dumbbells that you were using, okay? Or that's the way you made the messaging out to be. So don't be like that. Oh yeah, and one more thing I wanted to add on to like the whole differentiating yourself factor, going back to the first or the second mistake, is have social proof. Too many people out there with their businesses make the mistake of not having enough social proof, which actually creates a ton of leverage for your business, because keep in mind, you get started in business, you're on the same ground floor as everyone else. How you can really be different is create that proof, that testimonial that somebody liked your services. And a good way to build up social proof for free at first would be, let's say, again, I'm a gym owner. You know, for the first 50 people that come to my gym, you won't have to pay for your first 3 months for your whole membership. It'll be all paid for you. You'll also get a personal trainer on top of that. All we ask in turn is that after 3 weeks of using our gym and, you know, working with our personal trainers, you give us a video testimonial, not a text testimonial, because those can be faked very easily. A video testimonial, you can shoot it right in the gym there. We have the camera, we have the equipment and everything. Just give us a testimonial and be transparent whether you liked or you didn't like something, and how you enjoyed the services or didn't enjoy the services. And then what you can do is, with this social proof you got for free, all right, by giving them value to bring them into your business, you get a video testimonial testimonial. Then you can take that, embed it on your website, your sales videos. You can share it in your webinars, which will make people want to be in business with you and trust you a lot more than the leading competitors, because the competitors, they don't have social proof. They have nothing, okay? It's not that hard. Again, it's these small things that freaking stack up on top of each other, guys, that so many people are making the mistake of not incorporating in their business. And again, the same would go for drop shipping. You do the exact same thing. You give somebody a product for free because it cost you $3 to get from AliExpress. After you ship it out to them, ask them to give you a video review on what they think of the product quality, how fast the shipping was, their experience with your store. And then you take that testimonial, you put it on your Shopify dropshipping store. And guess what? People who come to your Shopify dropshipping store, it's totally different, because on all the other stores, they have text testimonials. Not you, you have video testimonials. And that is more powerful. All right, so I just wanted to add that in there, get you guys' brains turning. This next mistake we're going to be talking about is big, and this is knowing what one subscriber, what one follower is worth to you. Whether you're building a personal brand on YouTube and it's subscriber based, or you're building an email remarketing list, which I hope you are as a marketer. And if you don't know what that is, just watch a couple of my videos, okay? You can go to a simple website. I'll throw it up on the screen right here. It's called leadformally.com. If you go to their free calculator section where you don't have to buy their service, you can type in after 30 days, you do some marketing. Let's say, as an example, we get 1,000 people that come to my website in 30 days. And out of those 1,000 people, we get 100 leads, or not 1,000, but 1,000 or 100 leads. And out of those 100 leads, 100 people that get on my email list, 100 people that subscribe to my YouTube channel, we make one sale. All right, but that one sale is worth, let's say, $497. Okay. So $497, we're selling a product that costs that much money. Well, if we calculate, we'll be able to see that our cost per lead, every time we generate one subscriber on our YouTube channel, every time we get one lead on our email list, we're going to be making a total of $4.97. Pretty easy, right? Where people go wrong is after they make a sale, they get all crazy. They start changing up their marketing because they want to start making even more sales. What you want to do is just continue to do the same thing that made you that sale, because when you hit that 200 subscriber mark, you're probably going to make another sale, and 300, you'll make another sale. So leadformally.com/calculator. I'll throw it up on the screen here, highlighted. Really important so you can figure out what your leads are worth to you rather than doing the guesswork and feeling like you're gambling in your business. You never want to feel that way. If you do feel that way in your business, you're marketing your business the wrong way. It's all about knowing your numbers, tracking your numbers, taking the data in, remarketing that data out there, all right, and then growing from there. That's all it comes down to. So many people just don't do it, okay? So now, last but not least, we're going to talk about leverage and why you should do it, and most make the mistake of not doing it. So, when you get started online, when you begin marketing online, you have nobody, right? Nobody following you. Nobody knows who you are. Your friends and family think you're a freak. You're doing something that's out of the blue. They want you to continuously focus on working your job up in corporate America. It's understandable, all right? So creating leverage is really easy to start creating results and proving to yourself and everyone else that you can do this. And what I mean by leverage is messaging 100 people who run podcasts, live streams, webinars on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all social media, anywhere there's somewhat of an influence where they do something live, all right, or pre-recorded podcasts. And the reason why you want to message these people is because if you are somewhat knowledgeable on something, whether it's sewing, cooking, being an artist, and you're really good at painting, and you can give some tips and advice to somebody who runs a podcast show who has a whole bunch of artists that follow them, well, guess what? Content creators who have somewhat of an influence, 10,000 plus people following them or more, or even 1,000 plus people, but it wouldn't be worth it to you to get in front of just 1,000 people. That's why I say 10,000. What happens is, as influencers, it's hard to always create content and come up with content. So they always have to feed their audience new content. So if you can come in and you can help solve that problem that every influencer has, feeding content consistently to their audience by direct messaging them and offering to be a guest on their podcast, their webinar, their live stream, and teach their audience for free, not selling your product, nothing to do with your product, but teaching for free on things that you know, well, guess what? They're going to love you for that. And on top of that, what's this really going to do for you? You're going to get in front of that person's audience, and those people who are watching that webinar, listening to that podcast, are going to follow you and network with you in turn. They're going to message you. Maybe they might want to buy your products and services. And it's a really good way to start getting your feet wet and begin networking and solidifying relationships out there with people who are a little bit higher than you, so you can start cultivating your following. Because again, at the end of the day, you can always do paid marketing, and that's awesome. But you need to have a backbone when you turn those ads off. All right, because when you turn the ads off, that means the traffic stops, the sales stop. And if you can build your own personal brand or be able to build your brand through other people's influence, then it won't matter when the marketing is turned off, when the ads are off, because you'll still have revenue coming in. You'll still have people messaging you about what your product prices are, about how you operate your business. I'm just telling you, online networking is key. It doesn't matter if you're a local business, you're affiliate, you're drop shipping, you're an artist, musician, you know, anything out there, you want to network. Whoo, wow, that was a lot, at least for me, to give out to you guys. I tried to do this in a short amount of time, but that's it. That's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. If you didn't, I would also love to hear that in the comments down below. Roast me. Do I look weird because I can't grow facial hair and I'm 23 and it's a little bit sad now, or I look just totally like a bush guy? I probably do. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did putting together for you. Let me know your comments. Let me know your questions down below. Don't be shy. Seriously, I don't want to be talking to like nobody. Don't be shy. Hit me up down there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out. Can you guys hear that? Ooh, got some music here. I definitely got to go. You hear it? Oh yeah, it's totally the ear. Oh yeah, these earphones, baby. Oh yeah, guys, I gotta go. This is my jam. This is my song. Can you hear it? Am I going crazy? Oh.